Well, I can tell you right off the top of this video, this is probably not going to sit well with a whole bunch of people. When does truth really ever sit well? Same with prophecy, huh? This video I'm going to make about... I've been hearing this little terminology called incel, and it was explained to me. Men that can't be with a woman by any means necessary, pretty much, saying it in the nicest way possible. Pretty sure there's other slurs, and everything else in between. But, in my opinion, that's just insult to injury. And what I mean by that specifically is the stemming of feminism and its terrible marketing and its terrible attitude towards men in general. It's sexist. Women want to wear the man's pants but don't want to do the man's work. Trying to make men obsolete and all that happy horse crap, and then say, well, they deserve the entitlement, and they say they deserve something else, what they don't deserve to do the work. Tough. Well, if it's getting this bad, I mean, I understand where, I think 3-4 years ago or something like that, men go their own way really kicked off. But now it's being slandered to the point where men are being called insells. Like, sexism that has no lows. I mean, women are the most protected from the government. When a man marries a woman, she's more or less marrying the government, not him. Men don't want these old women who are 35 plus, 40 plus, and then can't even have kids or make a family. Well, why not adopt? Adoption's not bad, I mean, but that's not the man's first choice. The man wants his own seed. It's the God-given natural want for every single man to want to produce his own seed. I mean, to tell him he can't, that's trash. That's not, what's that called? That's not, it's not natural. Now, give the man, let him have his own kid, and then maybe let him adopt one, he has two of his own and then adopts one in, that's great. But don't force him and tell him he has to adopt and can't have his own. That's garbage. It's garbage that this new verbiage came out. Pronoun, adverb, whatever you want to call it. Incel. Salt on the wound. Pretty much all it is furthermore slander because women are on top. Men never treated women this badly. Not as a whole. Never in history men have ever treated women this damn badly. Not ever once that I know of in history have women in any culture been treated this poorly. Not in ancient Rome, not in ancient Samaria, not in ancient Greek, not in Africa, well, at least as far as Egypt and all that's concerned. I mean, men back then, they knew that women were important. They had to have women, so that they could have a family and potentially have an army to field troops. These people today don't know what's what. They want to, these women that want to make a matriarchy of a patriarchy and want to cry it's backwards and it's... Oh my... Put women on top and men get treated like dog crap. Put men on top and everything's right. Excuse me. Wow. And now that I said what I had to, I'm going to tell you that this keeps going on. I'm 35. In 5 years, I'll be 40. So, about all the women that are my age, just a little older than me, and I know at least 3 years younger than me, I know when I reach 40, a lot of women are going to be hitting menopause. As a man, I can still reproduce. The women can't. And these women are going to be lonely. They think they're on top now, and they're going to be lonely. They're going to hit that wall, and it's going to be too late. And now, I'm not trying to get too political, but I have to just a smidgen. I know that gray-haired goofball we call president. He's running amok of the American people's tax money, filling and lining his own pockets just like his predecessor Obama did. But not to get too much on the political side. But here's my prediction, or at least even a prophecy. I think it's going to happen. In 5 years, or maybe, I say give about 5 years, yeah. I know the time I hit about 40 and a half, almost somewhere before I'm 41, I probably dare say in the April or March, somewhere between April and March after I'm 40. The government's going to have a total fucking collapse. Here's why. Women are treating men this bad, and men are walking away. Not only walking away, flying away over to the east and the islands, and going to Asia and doing what they can to get away from the West and the United States. Now, my allergies are acting up. I never had this problem in my life. Men are leaving the United States. Men are trying to get out of here. Men are doing this. Men are doing that. And they're not touching these Western women. Most of them won't touch Western women with a 9-foot pole. They're that bad. More like the woman's just something to do. That's bad. That's terrible. A woman shouldn't be something to do. Not even a valued man that values himself. A woman shouldn't just be something to do. That should be your helpmate. That should be your love. That should be, somebody important to you. Well, that's my opinion. I don't share that opinion alone, but I can see the government crashing in that 5 years, or at least 5 years or better, because the women are going to have to rely on somebody to feed them, clothe them, help them. Because daddy's not always going to be around, and since you don't have a husband because you wanted to be a hoe, you're going to rely on the government as a woman to sustain you. And I know in my generation, or right around my generation, that's a prediction. I really think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to be the root cause of it, but I know that's going to be something to look at as a factor. Because a lot of people are going to be running the government for aid and support. because they're not married, they have no retirement plan, they don't have money saved up. More people are going to be poor and financially poor, financially broke, bankrupt, not only because of the scheming, scamming government, but because the whole agenda of feminist push movement. Men can't be married and have a stable income. Men can't have, men don't have a woman to help them out. And women don't have a man to rely on. So, man and woman are together, there's a bridge. When men and women are not, because of this crap that's going on, we don't have a bridge. There's no crossing. You shall not pass. Well, the money shall not pass either. That's a given. The man's not passing, the money's not passing. There's money to be made, but since a man can't have... A man's going to make money anyways. I mean, a man's just going to be more defined and efficient himself. Men that are right up here are usually right and correct here too. And that money's going to flow for the man. A man can work, honestly, a man can work until he's dead. A man can work until he's like 70 something. He may not want to, he probably shouldn't have to, but he can. If he really wanted to. I don't think a woman's going to be working past 50, honestly, I don't think so. 40 maybe, yeah, sure, maybe. I doubt it with this generation that's coming up, the generation after me. I doubt it. When they hit their 40s and 50s, man, these people already don't want to work. These people already ain't working, so by the time they hit their, late adulthood, it's like... Oh man, a total collapse, total crash. Man, after I know this, after I get my truck paid off, I'm getting my passport. I'm trying to get... I don't know, I gotta do something. I gotta figure out what's what, but I'm gonna take care of myself while I can, while I'm still able to, so... I think a total asphyxiated government collapse is going to happen within the next 5, maybe 6 years. Too many people are running the government for help and aid and all that, and the women have the most help when it comes to the government, so they're taking all they can off the government aid. And they're all single and they don't want to work, they can't work, blah blah blah, their kid this, blah blah blah, their kid that. Now a lot of them don't even have kids, and now a lot of them don't even have an ethical work history. A lot of them don't want to work, so I mean, their generation just screwed themselves for welfare and Social Security. So I don't know. It looks like a very, very huge, grim, and bleak future for this country and the further generations. I don't know. This is crazy. I might be wrong about the timeline, but we'll see. I'll try to keep my eyes on it. But if it's going to get this filthy, where names are going to be called because of a root problem. Because nobody wants to blame the people who are causing the problem. They just want to blame the people with the problem and call the people with the problem names. The people with the problem didn't cause the problem, but the people who are being called the names that have the problem because somebody else caused it are dog trash in this society. And let's not be blind to the focal points and the principle of the root, what's going on. Let's get your head out of your bum. Thanks.